Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play on Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales, where last time we left off we were pretty close to actually finishing this area. Might do it this episode, might not. Let's find out. Let's get a fucking move on. Don't run the wrong way. Let's get a move on and see if we can do this episode. Depends on whether those question marks are going to be like long,
the Lyrians ascended
like these
the
ones.
Highest section of the Mahakam range. Snow crunched under their boots, cold air stung their lungs, and the wind snapped at their cloaks. Meve wiped sweat from her brow and turned to Reynard.
There! By the rocks! We shall...
The rest of her words were drowned out by a powerful blast. The entire mountain rumbled with a low, vibrating roar. The sound grew louder, echoing off the rocks, splitting their ears. The Lyrians looked around, disoriented. Few heard Gabor's warning.
Dinna just stand there! Get behind a rock! Quick! Hurry!
Meve followed the dwarf's gaze and cried out in terror. The snow stuck to the mountainside had started to slide down the slope, sending up mists of icy dust. Before she could react, the white torrent knocked her to her knees, crushing her and smothering her into the ground. All she felt after that was all-encompassing cold and fear. Meve survived. The dwarves who ran to the Lyrians' rescue dug her out of the snow in time. Some of her soldiers were not so lucky. The queen looked at their bodies, blue, frozen. Next to them lay dead horses, demolished wagons. The losses were enormous. Meve wiped her cheek. Her tears burned her frozen skin.
Was this the ambush that we received a letter about? We just lost a whole bunch of shit, by the way. What the fuck? And our morale's down to red? The hell?
Gabor spoke a while with the leader of the Mahakam guard patrol that had come to their rescue. His face was dour.
What? What have you learned?
I'll tell you all in good time. But first, you need a warm drink, good victuals.
No, Gabor. I need to find out what in blazes happened here.
Well, it was an avalanche.
Of course it was an avalanche. I'm no fool. But what caused it? What was that noise?
Signal horns. Ours.
So you brought this snow down on us? Dwarves!
Well, aye, but, unawares.
Unawares? What nonsense.
Explain, in brief.
See, we clean our mount regularly. The way menfolk shovel snow off their roofs. Otherwise, the whole shebang would come tumbling down on our heads. When snow's gathered deep enough, we'd blast our horns to cause a controlled avalanche. Then we need to, sweep up a wee bit and the road's safe.
All well and good, but why did you decide to clean up right as I was passing through?
Wondering that myself. Schedule says next cleaning should have been a week frae now, but someone asked the route to be cleared earlier.
Alright, so clearly, this was a staged fucking thing.
Who?
Meve, I'll tell you. But first, promise you'll...
Who?
Hey. Owain Ep Clenvog, the Nilfgaardian emissary.
Of course.
Think it were meant as revenge for attacking their caravan.
Oh, shit. So if we hadn't done that, we would have not had this happen.
The bastard. Reynard! Reynard!
Wait! I understand you're a wee bit upset, you've every right. But you'll never prove Owain meant you harm. The sly weasel will make sure he didn't dirty his own paws.
I've no such scruples. I'll find him and kill him.
And then? How'd you tell that tale to Bruva?
Just not. We fucking bury him in the snow. No one ever says a word.
Meve, you're justly taught, but for the love, just this once, let it go. Or you'll leave Mahakam with nae a scrap to show for it.
Moments later, scouts reported Owain was camped to the north of the accident site. Meve had to decide how much she was willing to risk to get her revenge on the Imperial emissary.
Oh, we actually get... Okay, we don't get to choose right now, I guess. We lost a bunch of oh my god. I don't know how much we lost actually, because we already were quite low on supplies. I wonder if it was a percentage-based thing. If I'd known that, I would have just spent all my shit earlier. I lost a lot of dudes as well, but none of this actually really mattered, because like I said, I wasn't actually going to spend anything anymore, so it doesn't really change anything. Fuck me, my morale's horrible now, though.
By the elder sideburns, I'd no notion anyone was in the Vale. Nilfgaardian said the road was clear. The whoresons. What a mess. I'm so sorry. With all my heart. What a mess.
Alright.
I'm so sorry.
Alright. Fucking whatever, dude. What's this then? Oh, this is the Nilfgaardians, right. I'm gonna choose not to take revenge, but let's see what happens if I do this. Maybe it'll just instantly do it, and then I guess no choice.
There, milady, whispered one of the scouts.
Left of the path.
Meve squinted. The Nilfgaardians had taken shelter from the falling snow under a rocky outcropping. The smell of roasting meat wafted from their campfire, and echoes of laughter could be heard. The black-clad soldiers had reason to celebrate. They had just decimated Meve's company without even drawing their weapons. Meve's gaze caught something else. A metal container into which the Nilfgaardians tossed bones once they'd been gnawed clean. It looked strangely familiar. Only after a moment did the Queen understand it was an overturned Lyrian helmet dug out of the snowy grave of one of her men.
The whoresons.
Meve hissed.
They'll pay for this.
Meve, asking you last time, keep a cool head.
Whispered Gabor.
You want vengeance? I get it. But think of the cost. If so much as a hair gets plucked from Owain's head, Bruver will never forgive you, and you can kiss any hope of aid goodbye.
Silence followed, finally to be broken by one of the scouts.
Milady, what's the order? Do we attack?
I mean, Gabor's really fucking driving this point home. If we do this, support is gone. I want revenge, but the thing is, if I had still cared for those supplies, honestly, I think that would have seriously made a massive difference. I would have been like, fuck, I needed that shit. But now I'm like, I lost men, but technically I didn't actually lose anything. Like, if you just straight up base only gameplay wise, I didn't lose anything that I actually needed. So, like, unless I lost actual units, like actual cards of units, that would have sucked. But nah. So let's
said the Queen after long deliberation.
But milady,
I know what they did, and that I shall never forget nor forgive.
Said Meve, placing a hand on her scout's shoulder.
But breaking Dwarven law only plays into the Nilfgaardian's hand, causing us to lose allies and our chance for victory.
Meve brushed the snow from her trousers and straightened her spine.
Avenge our comrades we shall. Not here, but in the fields of Lyria and Rivia.
The Lyrians resumed their march with heavy, beleaguered steps. Their path still piled high with the snow brought down by the Nilfgaardians.
Conveniently, I assume we would have lost morale for this, except we already had low morale, so it didn't actually matter. I would have liked to have at least taken that stuff right there, but I won't be able to get there, so never mind. Never mind. Alright, there's a question mark.
While passing the mining settlement of Kolstock, Meve heard the sounds of battle.
Hey-ho! Into the fray, lads!
Expecting she would see monsters swarming dwarves, the Queen set off at a gallop to the rescue. Her braid blew about in the wind like a banner, showing her men in which direction to attack. The dwarves she saw, however, were not engaged in a battle against Shaelmars and Barbigazes. No, they were going at one another. Luckily, no weapons had yet been drawn, but given the dwarves have hands the size of bread loaves, this did not necessarily mean there would be no deaths.
Oi, lads!
Roared Gabor Zigrin.
What's this foolishness? Calm the hell down, damn it!
Gabor's intervention proved successful. The dwarves limited themselves to verbal jousting. Meve, who was no stranger to barrack room talk, nonetheless turned crimson at the dwarves' cursing. Piecing together the obscenities, Meve concluded they were debating an old quarrel about the height of a certain mountain, or rather of the twin peaks atop it. One of them lay in the territory of Clan Dahlberg, while the other in the Hoogsland. Each family felt their peak was the highest, all measurements indicating the contrary being total fabrications.
Queen?
Started Gabor, nervously chewing his moustache.
They're asking if you, as yin impartial and a fair-minded wench to boot, wouldn't wish to settle their Egypt squabble once and for all?
Meve knew well that this type of age-old quarrel could easily end in bloodshed, so she resolved to help. Representatives of the two clans gave her a strange mechanism she was to use to measure elevation. All that was left was for the Queen to button her coat up to the neck and scale the twin peaks.
Time to end this delicate
Right, let me just fucking climb a mountain real quick.
Time to end this
All right.
delicate feud once and for all.
Guess that's up here. Let me just have a cheeky peek. I'm also assuming our reward is right here, judging from how the map looks and where that thing was. So we'll be, sorry, not our reward, our the buried treasure for that kid. There it is. Whoop! There it is. 1,500 bucks. Yeah, I got fucking Isabel now for a multiplayer game. All right. Let's have a look at these mountains then.
When she and her force had traveled half the way to the first, she heard a long roar that made snow shelves detach and descend. Without waiting for her scouts to return with reports, Meve drew her sword.
Of course! Battle! Twin Peaks. Fighting on a steep mountain slope is no easy task. The Lyrians struggled to find solid footing in the snow, propped up by their spears, their eyes squinting under ice-speckled brows. Whereas the beasts, they move with ease, leaping from rock to rock, long talons scraping menacingly against the stone. A shortened battle! Once more! Alright, can we get Gabor, please? Please give me Gabor. Yes! That means I can throw these two away and just fucking immediately play them anyway. We are red right now. Because we are shit. Ooh, I want to keep you actually, because we are going to immediately use some things. 2 bombers is pretty good. Don't want you. Actually, I didn't even look at this yet. No, there's not much to see. Ike, we are fighting beasts, so that's pretty good. I don't know what our plan is, just win, I guess, on points, so it doesn't really matter what we do. I've got 2 of these bad boys. Bad boys! I think we're pretty good here.
Eyes up, lads! They're flying straight for us!
Alright, let's start with a good old power play.
You sure about that?
Alright. Well, what are we gonna play? We are gonna play you and you. There.
Left,
There.
right,
As ordered.
left, right.
And then 2 random trinkets. Force 2 units to duel. Oh shit, I don't want that. Can I not play that? Oh, fuck. Well, I mean, that at least was something. I just lost Gabor though. Destroy the highest ally and play 2 allies from your graveyard. Oh my god. No, actually that won't do anything. Shit. Oh, that's not really good either. Well, I can play him again, so it doesn't really change much. And then I guess Gabor again. What the fuck is going on?
Getting to work.
Power play.
Oh, could murder a
I don't think
pint.
I've got any trinkets in here, do I? So that actually wouldn't do anything. So we have to do the damage one. Oh. Yeah. Oh god, do I have to, can I just not do that? That's so dumb, you have to do the rest of the damage to something. Alright, that one then. This is still... Oh my god, I hit that one too. Okay, well at least he's being buffed up the fucking zoo. Okay. That was an interesting turn. We killed 3 of our own dudes during all that. Oh no! It's the strongest enemy, right? Or the lowest unit, never mind. Okay.
Again and again and again.
Gabor's gonna die again, as well as Knickers. Knickers. Oh no, Gabor's just sort of died there. Oh yeah, we need to kill those things, I remember. Let's just go mad right now on this.
My favourite cut of lamb. The shank.
Should have bombed first, but it wouldn't have mattered. Although I will throw a bomb now.
I smell a leak.
Cheeky bomb. Oh.
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
Let's go random again. It's too much fun. Transform a damage unit into a bear. Alright. The Lyrian blacksmith. Fuck yeah. And blood again. Oh my god. Alright, I want... We already have a bomber, so we don't need that. I don't necessarily want to do this damage right now, but I guess it's okay. So a slinger and that guy. Oh my god, this is stupid.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Alright, did I even play a card? Yeah, I did play a card from my hand, alright. So there's that. I got more though. Reynard again.
Company! Forward march!
I didn't get to do that one yet. Oh well.
Our ballista, your command.
There's more.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
No, I didn't mean to do that. It doesn't matter. Now he's gonna die though. Alright, let's wait on that, because I might actually be able to use it on someone. Like, maybe I'll grab another Arbalest or something. I'm going mad over here.
Quite the clever little contraption they gave us. Work of a gnome, of course.
Alright. Let's do this just so I buff him out of range.
Ah!
There's the Arbalest. I figured out my
I'm a
weapon.
Are you mad? Don't say that!
Fuck me, this is ridiculous. This deck is so fucking strong now. I'm almost run out just because of the amount of fucking blood and shit I played. Blood and shit. That's not good. Let's get another one out. I don't even know what I've got.
Necessity! Invention's mum.
2 bloods. You know what? I've got 2 bears now. What are you gonna do about it? That's a lot of damage though. Arbalest.
Lyria!
Snipe one a little bit. A little bit of sniping going on. Griffin! Gryffindor! Fucking hell, 76 over here. My man. Let's just bomb.
This could hurt.
Just to play something. Oh, I still got another fucking regiment drummer. I didn't even notice that. I have an actual drummer in my hand still. Let's get him out
a
there.
waste of time for one like me.
I like how he's still red. He's still debuffed, technically. Oh, room is being made for more dudes.
Hey?
Yeah, that one. I want to see what his final thing is before I play my good old Ike. Actually. Alright. Ike, that's a good target for you. There's actually an achievement for winning with 300 points, so I got pretty close to that one right now. Yeah, I would have had it if I had, what's-her-face? Fucking Isabel. Only have 3 more cards. It says 11, but only got 3 apparently. If I got her, that would have been insane.
Take those measurements and let's be gone from this place.
We did it!
The Lyrians managed to repel the monsters and reach both peaks. Upon each, Meve ordered her men to take the measurements. While waiting, she admired the breathtaking view of the Mahakam Massif. The dwarven contraption left no room for doubt. The peak within the Dahlberg clan territory was 2 feet higher than that within Hoog territory. Gabor was clearly displeased with the results.
Oh, damn it all! I'd hoped you'd prove Brewer's clan was in the right. he'd have been content to see the Dalbergs knocked down a peg or two. And, possibly, he'd have been more inclined to help you,
said the dwarf in frustration. Then, after a pause, he added,
although, only you saw what the device showed, Queen. Perhaps you could, recalibrate the results a wee bit?
'Tis most lowly and ignoble.
Ake cried out in protest.
A knight his honor would never stain with such a lie.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm just gonna fucking tell the truth. It seems like an asshole thing to do. Plus, to be fair, I don't give a shit. Who the fuck is a shit about whose mountain is slightly higher? What is this, a fucking dick measuring competition? I'm gonna give the true measurements.
To lie would be simple, true,
said Meve.
Yet to forget the matter would be so much harder. No, Gabor, I shall tell the truth.
The Queen's tone made it clear the discussion was over. Gabor let the matter lie, and Meve's force began its descent down the mountainside.
Alright. Sweet. Oh, good loot right here. Good loot right here. Right, I'm gonna be back in just 1 second. I have returned. Exactly 1 second later. How about that? That was so crazy. Alright.
The dwarves of both clans had been waiting with bated breath for the expedition's return and report. As soon as Meve announced the results, the Dalbergs rolled barrels of beer out into the square and began to celebrate. Naturally, the Hoogs were disappointed, yet they accepted Meve's results as final. At last, they had come to trust her.
Alright, that was probably a good idea then.
Dalbergs are the dwarves we need. Every Hoogs are Dunderheed. Dalbergs are the dwarves we need.
Are you just...
Every
okay.
Hoogs are Dunderheed.
Shut the fuck up. Why you gotta be such a bitch, huh? Fucking rubbing it in. Kick someone while they're down, huh? Let's see what's going on here.
Frostbite, you'd best avail yourself of some onions. Even better if you had a wee nip of vodka. Oh, snotters are frozen solid. Not just those in my beard. I got my nose too. Once we're neath Carbon, we'll find our way to the tavern. Set our arses down by the fire. And sip mugs of mulled wine. For frostbite,
alright, I think we are at the main mission, so let's go ahead and do that. Well, basically, we got a question mark before that. I might miss some loot. Oh no, that's the loot I can't get. Alright. Let's do this thing first, please. Oh, goddammit.
As Meve neared Langbridge, she ordered her bugler to announce her arrival, then retired to her tent to freshen up. Gascon was already inside, awaiting her.
Ooh, Gascon, you... you naughty boy.
I do not seem to recall summoning you.
In that case, I must tell you to fret not. Nothing wrong with your memory. I've come with no agenda. Spontaneously, call it, to chat.
Then I propose you leave. Just as spontaneously, call it. I must don fresh clothes. I'm to see the Elder soon, and I'd prefer to not smell of horse sweat.
Doubt it'd make much difference to him. And be assured, I know what I speak of. When last we met, I found myself standing downwind of him. A pungent experience.
You test my patience, Gascon. I do admit I was reminded of an old goat in more ways than one.
Well, you were saved the experience of his breath. So pungent I thought I might faint.
Well, to revive you, pinch you awake, I'm sure would be quite a pleasure.
Well, now you're overstepping, friend.
Gascon, I beg your pardon. Ugh, I shall have nightmares now.
Not tonight. For I fear you might not sleep at all. You see, there's something you ought to know. And decidedly before you meet with Bruver. The sites we cleared of beasts, I ferreted a bit. Noted something peculiar. Any notion what it was?
None. The monumental dwarven architecture, perhaps?
Bones, my dear Meve. Dwarven bones. Now, guess what I found on them?
Wait, don't dare give me any hints. Bite marks.
Of course. After all, they'd been gnawed clean of all flesh by monsters. Incidentally making it quite easy to spot other markings. Ones made by axes and swords. To be certain, I showed the bones to our medics, and they confirmed my conclusion.
Meaning what? That the entire clan, the Fuchses,
did not perish due to an invasion of beasts from the depths. The monsters merely ate the bodies and occupied empty homes. Now, I shared my discovery with Gabor, and guess what he did? He panicked. He started to squirm, babble nonsense. I wager my right arm he's hiding something.
blast. Overly eager to aid us from the start he was. I might have sent something. I shall have him summoned at once. And I thank you, Gascon. I won't forget this.
Minutes later, Gabor stood before the Queen. At first, he tried to mislead her with evasive answers, but as her pointed questions demolished one clumsy excuse after another, he had to give in.
Oi. As King Desmond said after a hefty squirt in his hose, we can't sweep this under the rug.
If you think I welcome jests in this moment, you err. My fingers itch to summon the hangman.
Right. So... 'tis true. I misled you. On our clan elder's orders, supposed to make sure you destroyed Burr's Rump and Davor's Abyss thoroughly enough to leave nae a trace.
What? Why? What did they wish to hide?
They was home to the Fuchses, our mortal enemies. They'd been a boiling our heinies for ages, thumbing their noses, taking what they want when they want, and the Elder-in-Chief didn't gie a ploughing whit. So to stop them, our clan, we did the unpardonable. The Ziggurin elders saw their chance and they...
Gods. So you were responsible for the deaths of all those dwarves?
Me? I didn't raise a finger. Tried to stop them, in fact.
How did they do it?
No witnesses survived, meaning you must have murdered the entire clan. How?
Queen, you sure you...
I am. And you should be sure to answer in full, omitting no detail.
A few years back, we got pummeled by a horrendous winter. Stone-breaking frosts, whiteout storms, avalanches. Made travelling a painful form of suicide. Hunger drove beasts out of their dens. Pass was covered in the filth. Got to where they paced right outside the walls. Fuchses fought a hard, bloody fight to keep the critters out of Davor's Abyss. Lost near every axe-wielding dwarf they had. Only survivors had to winter at Burr's Rump. Our elders felt such an opportunity wouldn't knock again. After killing the town's meagre guard, they set fire to it and barricaded the gates. They didn't stand a chance.
Bastards.
No one investigated.
How in the world did the truth go undiscovered?
Once it were over, our dwarves opened the gates. Before they'd lit their pipes, starving beasts came crawling out of the pass. The stank of dead flesh were strong. Zigrins who came back from that never were the same. If you'd only gandered their gaze when they had us all take a vow of silence. And then...
You invented that blarney about primeval monstrosities the Fuchses had awoken by mining too deep. A riveting tale, and one with a moral to boot.
Aye. But the elders worried Broover would suspect something all the same. That's why they wanted you to destroy all the evidence.
Repugnant. You claim not to have taken part, but neither did you do anything to stop the massacre.
What was it to do exactly? The elders had decided. Nae a dwarf would listen to me.
You might have informed the Elder-in-Chief. The guilty would have been punished.
The guilty? You dinna ken Broover. He'd punish the whole clan. Women, children, nae exceptions. Meve, Queen, I'm begging you. He canna ever learn of this. Aye, I want a hack flame too when I think what the Elder's done. But t'other way it'd bring but more pain and death.
That's a good point, though. I mean, again, in gameplay choices, I guess, I would lose Gabor, wouldn't I? And Gabor's pretty fucking good as a card. He's pretty fucking good. He's making all the fun cards possible to play. I've got a feeling it's gonna come down to I'm not gonna help you, blah blah, and then I'm like, but wait, I have some information for you, and then I tell him that, and then he'll want to help me. That's my guess right now. Anyway, I'll give it due consideration.
I need to consider what's right. Meanwhile, Gascon, make sure Gabor remains our guest.
Of course. I'll let you know if he so much as rolls his eyes towards an escape route.
Alright. And that will be main quest now. I will make this a slightly longer episode, I think. Because we're almost at half an hour now, I think. But I'll make it, because it's episode 40 as well, I believe, so it'll be like an hour-long special. Maybe not an hour, but whatever, we'll see. Bruverhoog. How are you? You're approaching an important moment in your journey. If you choose to continue, you will not be able to resume any unfinished activity in this area. I only missed one chest in this area. And that's the, we know which one that is as well. It's from the one treasure thing that I didn't actually go back for. Which I'm not going to do, because I can't be bothered.
Bruver stood by the bridge like a statue, arms crossed, eyes squinting. Meve sighed inside. She stood little chance of having a pleasant chat.
Elder-in-Chief, sir.
No Sharon and Grayson here, lass. Ploughing humans. Always out to fix things, always end up cocking them up. You think you're due glory, do you? Monster Slayer Meve? Patroness of dwarves? Blast it. What do you think? Why didn't I exterminate those beasts myself, eh? Go on, tell me.
For you.
For I didn't want to. For something didn't fit, damn it. So I resolved to not destroy their nests and evidence till I learned the truth of who done it.
Postponed it all those years expressly. Though your subjects were dying.
I dinna need no lectures from the likes of you. Justice must be served. That's worth any price. And I was close. Had leads.
Alright. So it's basically what I said, except I didn't realize this guy was actually looking for the clues himself. So we tell him, and we get his help, I guess, or we don't tell him and we don't get help. Probably as simple as that. We'll see what happens.
And now, it's all gone to hell. You flooded Devor's abyss. You brought Boros rump down on itself. And I'll never ken who killed the Fuchses. Understand? Never!
You cannot know how sorry I am. Look to the Zigrins. Oh my god, this is just straight up the choice. It's the choice. Do I fuck over Gabor, who... Well, besides him being a very good card, well, he said that the entire Zigrin clan is gonna get fucking punished. Women, children, etc. But I probably get his help. This fucking twat. Or we just say, fucking, sorry mate, didn't mean to. I don't know. I thought he was the one. Oh no, I guess, you know, it was Gabor's elders who said that we should do that. That's why he led us that way. Oh, what a... This is a big one, I think. This is a big old choice. Big old choice right here. Sorry, mate. You're kind of a cunt, so I'm not gonna help you.
My sincere apologies. I did not know.
Course you didn't, humans. First they cock it up, then they ask how it works. Ah. I'm most eager to give that braid of yours a yank and kick you out beyond the gate. But I canna, for the clans are grateful to you. Fools. Fools. All fools. They forced me to give you an audience, official like, with witnesses, all at the foot of Mount Carbon. Come on then, time to move on. But I'm going to wring you out so hard you'll wish you never left that Nilfgaardian dungeon.
Bruver set off at a brisk pace, cursing under his breath. The Queen took a deep breath, counted to 5 in her head, and set off after him.
Alright, so we're not entirely fucked yet. I was hoping that our other deeds would have carried enough for this to be okay, but I don't know if it's going to be. We'll see. I'm sure whatever happens, we'll still be able to finish the game. On Lang Bridge, it is strictly forbidden to stomp, jump, lean over the edge, stop for a rest, carve runes in the handrails. What is this fucking... no loitering?
Wanted to hunt monsters, eh? Oh, Elder's furious. Spits flying 10 feet. Let humans neath carbon. Didn't ken if that's wise. Oh, Elder's furious. Spits flying 10 feet.
Spits flying 10 feet?
Dwarves demonstrate innovative thinking in many domains. Metallurgy, engineering, architecture. Yet there is one in which they could not be bothered. Naming. For this reason, the bridge that linked the Mahakam Pass with Mount Carbon was simply named Langbridge. Meve learned it was a thoroughly fitting name. Having stopped for a breath halfway across the road suspended over a deep chasm, the Queen could see neither end of the bridge, both concealed by thick clouds.
Amazing,
whispered the Queen.
I feel as though we traversed the very sky.
The Queen and her retinue were nearing Mount Carbon when Meve heard a cry. It was Xavier.
Hold! Hold!
Meve drew in her reins abruptly. Her mare neighed and reared, lifting the Queen above her formation of men. From that height, she saw the last pier of the bridge crumbling. The dwarves at the head of the procession were unable to stop in time and plummeted, screaming into the abyss.
What's the meaning of this, goddammit?
Bruva roared.
Fetch the engineers! Now!
The Queen was striving to calm her spooked mount when she sensed something swish past her ear. Out of nowhere, a Scoia'tael band had appeared at the rear of the column. Before anyone could react, elven archers had felled the rear guard. The soldiers lay on the bridge's stone surface with arrows in their backs. Meve was trapped. In one direction lay the chasm, in the other, a fierce foe. She had no choice but to stand and fight.
How the fuck? Just randomly came over and blew up a fucking bridge or something? Or was that just coincidence? As they attacked the bridge on the other side blew... I don't know what the fuck's going on. The Battle of Langbridge. The Lyrians watched in disbelief as Scoia'tael warriors slit the throats of Mahakam guards. How could this be? Non-humans against non-humans. To what end? Could it be the elder races do not uniformly support the Skrulls' cause? No doubt these questions are more plagued than men's thoughts. Yet this was not the time to entertain them. This was a time to fight. A shortened battle and extra cards. Do we get Bruver Hoog? I think we might. We might just get Mr. Hoog right here. No, we don't. We don't get Hoog at all. Fuck do you want? Damage nearby 5. Oh, that's that one again. The cliff. Permanent resilience, immune. Whenever a unit is moved to the same row as cliff, destroy it. Well, slingers up the fucking wazoo, I think. Mahakam Max Guard. Move a unit one row away from the opponent. Okay, so you probably want that. Ooh, Bruverhoog. Spawn 2 Mahakam Protectors and move an enemy from the melee to the ranged row. Alrighty then. Probably don't need that. Ike, don't really need you right here, I think. Bombers, probably good. I don't know. Spawn and play 2 random trinkets. We don't want that if we can get what's his face in. I probably don't want that anyway, to be honest. I definitely want blood. I want blood. Protectors. What the fuck do protectors do now? Just a dwarf resilience. Move an enemy. Okay, the only reason this is good is because move an enemy from the melee to the ranged row. To kill someone off, essentially. One of the enemies. I don't think I need this actually for once. Isabel, probably not. Gascon, probably, yeah, actually, because there's going to be a lot of moving around. Alright, I would have liked more slingers, but it's alright.
At last, Renna! You are mine!
We're trapped, Your Grace, but we can try and fight our way through.
Alright. Okay. Okay. So we want to fucking put our shit over here then.
I smell a leak.
Not over there.
Special prize. Just for you, love.
Every 2 turns on turn start, summon a random elf from your deck. Why don't you just go fuck off, lady?
Think you ball bags can do whatever the devils you please? This is Mahakam!
Get out of here. Off the cliff you go, bitch. No, Nicholas, don't go over there. Nicholas, no. My dog's gonna jump off the cliff. Please. Don't do it, Nicholas. There's too much to live for.
Nay. Duam vacamest.
Duam vacamest. I speak a different language. Alright. Moving unit 1 row away from the opponent. I can get Knickers out of there, but I think we'll be alright. Let's just put some of these boys down.
Right. Left.
I'm gonna have too many fucking cards anyway. The Regiment Dormant might be a bad idea here. Oh no, it's doing that laggy thing again where they have to think
Show
about
me
what
the
they're
coin
doing.
or sod off.
Alright, how do I kill this one off? Sligaroony. Fucking kill all 3 of these boys.
They hide well.
See ya. See you later. I'm not gonna do this right now, actually. Although I feel like we can put shit here as well. He hasn't done anything yet that makes my dudes go over there or anything. Okay, I'll play this now, otherwise it's gonna go to waste. There's actually no point burning this row, but
don't shake that.
do it anyway. This is 8 damage, which is actually not enough, but the burning might be enough. I need to play something still. What the fuck? Alright.
Again and again and again.
Are you guys gonna play something good today, or what? Oh, gone.
Swords I smile at, weapons
Destroy
laugh
a damaged
to
enemy
scorn.
unit. No! Wait, who did he kill? Oh, it's an order. It's on cooldown. Gotcha. I thought there'd be more moving around. I was assuming that they were gonna throw shit at that made my dudes come towards them, but that's not at all what's happening. I was assuming they were gonna make my guys fly off the cliff, but it's just me that can throw them off the cliff, which is pointless because I already have a better deck than what they have anyway. It just seems weird. Absolutely fucking weird. Moving unit 1 row away from the opponent. Yeah, this is not very useful right now. Let's see what we got. We got Ike, which doesn't do any damage right now.
My breastplate chafes.
Slinger then. Let's get the slinger ready.
Hey.
Hey. He's gonna kill my one of these two.
Death to humans!
Yeah.
Alright. Let's fucking get Gascon out there.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
I'm about to murder these two plus whatever else I can play, or he plays even.
I shall not fail!
Alright. Oh my god. See ya. Goodbye. Blood, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Did I even play any? I guess this will play blood again, won't it? That one.
Something from nothing. It's exactly what I do.
That one, please. And a slinger. Oh my god. There's too much shit going on. I have nothing to duel. Wait, what? Can I just not have units duel? Fuck off. Draw 2 units and set their power to 1. Yeah, sure, why not? And a slinger.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
I have not actually, no.
Blood and neck ends. Similian Varp.
Oof, what a card. It'd be a shame if all 3 of them were to die instantly. I don't know, man. Just fucking play this guy.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
What a great attack from the Squirtle. Wow. Brilliant coordination. Oh, it's a fucking... Oh my god. It's a hidden card. Ooh.
No! Blederenna! She must die!
Good try.
Their strength combined, the Lyrians and dwarves managed to defeat the Scoia'tael. The guerrillas had weakened the last span of the bridge, turning the crossing into a deadly trap. Had Xavier, who noticed the weakened structure at the last instant, not called out, all would have fallen into the chasm. The Lyrians managed to capture the unit commander. She stood, her head raised high, and when Meve glared at her, she did not avert her eyes.
Ooh, crow's eye. Alright.
What is your name, elf?
Abayeth me parstwan.
She said,
Thank you, Reynard. I know well what she said. Kiss my arse, is that truly the best you can muster?
I'd rather show you exactly what I can muster. Tell them to unbind me.
You got your opportunity. On the battlefield. Will you not tell me what they call you? Fine. It's all the same to me. I'm more interested to know how you came to be here. Who sent you?
No one. It was my decision to kill you, and thus avenge Eldain. You've elven blood on your hands. The blood of the elves of the Moulderwood.
I seem to recall he ambushed me or something, but whatever. I think he even killed some of my dudes when I agreed to his fucking plan, so I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I even gave him a fucking proper burial, didn't I? Fucking lady, what the hell? I regret the events in the Moulderwood, the fate of the elves there. Eldain was a criminal. Let's be nice, but I've been fucking nice enough to be fair.
I regret the events of the Moulderwood. I did not wish those elves' deaths. Yet they left me no choice.
What choice would you give a murderer who invaded your home?
You know I envy you. To see the world solely as black or white, it must simplify things so. Enough. I've heard all I wish to hear.
But I haven't. Did you fall on your heed, elf, eh? If you want to fight humans, go on and do it. You cannot talk sense to idiots and nae here, damn it. Mahakam is and will be neutral.
You cannot be neutral. To Dwan, you are either their foe or their dog. Mahakam has stood aside, sleeping long enough. That is why we struck it in its very heart, as a call to battle. A call to brethren whom you, Elder, have kept from the world too long.
I have kept him away. I've been bloody right to do so. You want to play at war, you numpties? You want to force the Pontar to flow upstream? Gang right ahead. Good riddance, I say. Gan kill, gan die if you fancy. But God's damn it, leave us alone. Yeah, I should kill you. With my own hands. I should cut your throat, put you out of your misery. That's what you want, innit? To die? To die a stupid death? Well, I'll not grant you that. Nay, nay, I'll lock you in a tower. Sit there 3 centuries, and you just might grow a brain.
Bruva Hoog gazed after the shackled elf as she was led away. Meve expected him to continue fuming, cursing her. But the dwarf stood silent, and his old eyes, half concealed by brows bushy as a forest floor, showed not anger, but the deepest sadness. Dwarven engineers made quick work of repairing the crumbled bridge span.
Okay. Right, so we're not quite done yet. This end of this chapter is taking longer than I expected it to. But I believe we are here.
Mount Carbon. Damn. And I thought Novigrad was big.
Mount Carbon, wipe your feet, comb your beard. But foreign garb bring not in here. Carbon's heart, can you hear the throb? You're a dwarf, damn it, not a slob. Hoo-ha-ha! Yeah, that's great. I can't fucking hear anything. Also, this guy's so confused. Like, what the fuck? Wow. I can hear him very fucking... I guess you guys can too. Very quietly. Alright. Alright, see you later, friend. Actually, you're not my friend. I don't give a fuck about you. Alright. Finally, main mission thing. Boobies.
The Lyrians stepped inside Mount Carbon's bowels. Meve rode while looking upwards, admiring the intricately carved ceiling, gilded walls, monumental bas-reliefs carved from basalt. Yet this was no time to admire the sights. Bruva Hoog had summoned her to speak.
I thank you for your invitation, Elder.
My invitation? Choice term, lass. You wangled your way in here. Long I've lived, but ne'er have I seen a wench so stubborn.
With all due respect, do you not feel like a pot conversing with a kettle?
Ha! True enough. Changes of mind didn't come easy to me, but they do come at times. Human wars concern me not at all. For so many they are, who could count them? Near a year goes by without one wanking king invading another's realm. A dog with scabies is less restless. That's why, this morning, I aimed to send you off with nothing. Mattered not what the clans were saying. Rivia, Schmivia, who gives a sheep's fart? But that was this morn, before that daft wench and her pups attacked. Nilfgaard supports the Scoia'tael, it's common knowledge. Nilfgaard uses them. Well, I'm nae worse, and I choose to use Queen Meve.
Oh boy. I will not be a tool, not yours, not anyone's. You must have conceived a plan. Let's not piss him off now.
So what use would you make of me, if I might ask? You've a plan?
Aye, the kind dwarves like best. Simple, but sneaky. Like to give Nilfgaard a warning, you ken. If you're going to rile my dwarves, throw 'em into the Scoia'tael ranks, you'll regret it, aye? But I'd like to issue the warning without declaring war. All clear to you so far? So, when you march out of Mahakam, you'll find a company of our foot dwarves waiting out with the gate. Officially, volunteers enlisting with you against my will. And you're to put them at the fore next time you face Nilfgaard. Want the Blackclads to break their teeth on our bucklers, get a taste of our axe blades. After that, dare say they'll think twice before they send more Scoia'tael into these hells.
I do not... Thank you, Elder. You restore my hope that I shall have my home back in the end.
Candid like, I dinna share your faith. I've watched you. You're naive. Let ire take you. Meddle in matters near your own. Disrespect our custom. But you win or nay, it's all the same to me.
Then I hope that I shall at least surprise you.
Honestly doubt that. So you'll only get the bare minimum recruits to make the Imperials take note. And nae a dwarf more.
Alright. So I guess we could have had... There's probably different results here. I could have had better cards, worse cards, I don't know. Either way, interesting, we got the Volunteer Corps. Which looks trash, but maybe it's got an ability. The Mahakam Mangler, which looks even worse, but probably has very good ability. Mahakam Shield Bearer, 7.
And for that I am grateful. But now, I would like to march at once. So by your leave...
Go right! Now if you can! Quicker you get out of our mount, the better.
Without waiting for Meve's reply, Brewver turned his back to her. The Queen left without saying a word. There were few choice ones burned on her lips. Meve was on her way back to her company when who should step in front of her if not Gabor?
To what do I owe this pleasure? Do the Zigrins wish to use me once more? Accomplish aught else with my aid?
Could be, but if so, 'tain't none of my concern.
Why's that?
For I've resolved to leave Mahakam for all time.
And where will you go?
Dinna ken. Wherever you lead me.
I beg your pardon.
Your Grace. Meve. I betrayed your trust. Tricked you outright. In spite of that, you kept my confidence. Risking everything. To say I'm grateful is just a wee understatement. I'm indebted to you. Deeply so. Please let me pay it off. Let me fight at your side. Heed to hip with you.
I mean, that's a pretty big part of the reason why I chose to not tell on his clan, essentially, so I could keep him in the army, so, yeah.
Gabor, vindictive I am not.
Oh, thank you, Meve.
Yet neither am I stupid. You may join our ranks, I agree. Yet trick me once more, in the tiniest manner, and I shall show you no mercy. Is that clear?
Chastened, Gabor merely nodded to confirm. Meve extended her hand for the dwarf to kiss as a sign of submission. Yet he simply wrapped his arms around her waist and squeezed. The Lyrians were ready to leave Mahakam when they heard the sonorous blast of a commander's horn announcing the arrival of Bruvahoog.
Oh, what does he want now?
When she saw a sour grin on his face, Meve knew the tidings were not good. But what she heard next exceeded her wildest expectations.
Come to say farewell? No need, truly.
Came 'cause I got a burning question. Meve, you expecting anyone?
How's that?
Runner says a delegation's arrived at Carbon. Frae Lyria and Rivia. Got a Nilfgaardian escort.
How dare they? Traitors. Who leads it?
You'd best sit.
Who leads the delegation?
It's your son, Willem, I fear.
Willem?
Mahakam remains neutral as regards all your squabbles. I trust I needn't remind you. So I'll have no scrambling nor shoving, and certainly no bloodshed. Point of fact, I'd prefer it if you...
I wish to speak to him.
I'd forbid you, but, as I said, never seen a more stubborn wench. Alrighty then, jabber away with him. Just remember, hands to yourself.
Meve spotted banners, a Lyrian eagle upon one surrounded by Nilfgaard's black rags. Her hands became fists, showing how helpless she felt. Then her son and rival, Willem, emerged from behind a row of Imperial footmen.
My. I should apologize. It seems I missed the coronation. Congratulations, my son. Who was it who placed the crown? General Ep.40?
Count Caldwell.
Ah, yes. Our elder statesman. Why have you come here, of all places? To acquire arms for Nilfgaard?
As my official mission, yes. Yet unofficially, I wish to speak with you. I trust you've had tidings from the field. Edirn turned to ash and dust. Vizimir murdered Redania in chaos. Foltest forced to strike a pact by his vassals betrayed, Henselt the same.
This limerick, will it come to a point?
Why, yes. To the same as this war. Mother, I beg you, you must see it. Nilfgaard's victory is inevitable. Surrender now, and I shall show you mercy. For later it'll be too late.
There will be no later. We shall repel them, drive them south at the points of our pikes.
This we, Mother? Who precisely do you mean? You stand alone.
Alone? Fucking see my army, mate. So it seems to you, but I've allies, many. Better stand alone than with Nilfgaard. Yeah, let's not give away our... Have we got any tricks up our sleeve? I mean, we haven't really got that many allies, do we?
I prefer to stand alone over standing with Nilfgaard, with the invader, as you do.
Mother, in declaring for the Empire, I saved the lives of thousands of our subjects.
And in so doing, our honour lost!
Folk who had their huts burned down care deeply about our honour. Is that truly your belief? When I was crowned, a fact you deride, though that makes it no less true, I swore the good of my subjects would guide me. And a war we are doomed to lose cannot in any way benefit them.
And slavery can. You know well the Blackclads put peasants in chains, like cattle.
Reprehensible, I agree, but...
And resettlement? Forced labour? Cruel laws that make death the punishment for the slightest offences? Are those benefits? Well, answer me!
I actually agree with the last one. Not entirely. Let's not get out of hand, but I think certain offences should be harsher, or the punishment should be harsher. I think people should go to jail for like 5 years, even if you do whatever, like just straight up 5 years for, you know, stealing something. And if you do it again, fucking death. But that's just me, and I shouldn't rule a country because, you know, that wouldn't go very well.
I see I will not sway you, Mother. A shame, though I take comfort in the fact I tried. And now, adieu.
Oh no, I, not you, will decide when this conversation is over.
Oh, have we anything else to discuss?
Did you hear the Nilfgaardians tried to kill me? How did you know I would be here? Let's do this one first. Yellow is always preceding. This is like just, you know, more information.
Are you perhaps aware that the Nilfgaardians tried to kill me?
What? No, I heard only about an avalanche.
Which tumbled down through no small effort of an Imperial envoy.
Never would I have agreed to such a heinous act.
I believe you.
I'm heartened that, despite all we...
I believe you because I believe the Nilfgaardians wouldn't ever have asked your opinion. Think on it, son. Are you their ally or their tool? Can you ever be sure?
I am the king of Lyria and Rivia. To serve my subjects' best interests, I am prepared to make even the most painful concessions. Might I leave now? Or is there more?
Naturally. How did you know you would find me here?
I received Nilfgaardian reports to the effect that you've been seen in the pass.
Oh, roses are red and so are your cheeks, my son. As ever when you're caught in a lie. Lyria is 2 weeks' travel hence. Had you received word only once I was here, we'd have been long gone from Mahakam by the time you assembled a force and completed the march. No. You were forewarned of our intended route. It means I've a traitor in my ranks. Another one. Get out of my sight, villain. And pray we only ever face one another on neutral ground.
Meve struggled inside not to turn and gaze once more at her son. He'd changed since they'd last faced each other, grown manlier, and he wore the crown well. The Queen returned to her company. Her advisors shot her questioning glances, curious what she had discussed with Bruvor. But Meve decided to keep the details to herself. One of them wore a Nilfgaardian lead around his neck. Until she knew who, she would have to remain vigilant.
Okay, just out of curiosity, I mean, who could it possibly be? It definitely isn't... I mean, it can't be Reynard, right? If it's Reynard, that would just be the silliest fucking thing. It would be the longest con in the history of fucking the world. I'm sincerely hoping it's not the Duke of Dogs, what's his face? Gascon, because I just like him as a character. I don't know. Who else could it be? How many other characters have we got with us? It's obviously not fucking Xavier the Engineer. It's not... I mean, what's his face? Gabor could possibly be, but I very much doubt it. He just gave me a hug as well. I mean, it could, you know, could fake it, but... It's likely not our... It's not Ike. Come on. Ike. It's not what's-her-face. Or witch is Isabel, or whatever her name is. Like, who the fuck could it be? Is this some random character we haven't met yet? Or, I mean, you'd think out of all those characters, it's got to be either Reynard or Gascon, right? Because they're the two main characters that we talk to a lot. But, I don't know. Or Gabon.
Time to march on. But in which direction?
I've thought on it, Your Grace. We've strength enough to hit the foe, but still not the numbers to face him in open battle.
So what do you propose?
This war we cannot win alone, nor even with the dwarves at our side. But if we secure a victory, small yet symbolic, we shall show the other realms of the north all is not yet lost. Thus, I propose we attack behind the front lines, somewhere well clear of any major Imperial force.
Where would you suggest?
I'm considering Angren. To begin with, a thickly wooded marshy land, always helpful in clandestine operations. Secondly, the land strategically important, as it's the chief source of building material for Nilfgaard's fleets.
All too little, I fear. Since we require a victory that would be symbolic, we must strike where it shall hurt. And Angren...
Just recently welcomed a new regent, in the person of Count Coldwell. My third argument. Naturally, if Your Majesty wishes, I'm prepared to present alternatives to this.
Count Coldwell, you say?
No need. We march at dawn.
Meve had toiled, cajoled, persuaded, and gained the dwarves' support. She left Mahakam strengthened, markedly. Even so, the Queen was in a foul mood. For it was clear a traitor, a viper, nested among the Lyrians. Someone who had conveyed the Queen's plans to her foe. From this moment on, Meve would need to weigh every word she uttered, even in the presence of her closest associates.
Your Grace, we must plot our course forward. Shall we take the western passage into Angren, or...
Not now.
When, then? Dawn approaches, yet we know nothing of where...
I will not repeat myself.
The Queen knew she would learn the traitor's identity in the end. If need be, she would tear the name from the throat of another turncoat, Count Caldwell. Meve drooled at the prospect of seeing Caldwell in chains, then passing him to the hangman.
Saddle the horses. I shall take the fore.
The time for diplomacy, for preparations and negotiations had gone. Meve was to attack her foe at last, and she could not wait to do so.
Achievement. It's got to be out of rain or there's Gascon, right?
At long last, Meve's force reached Angren's marshy woods. Ever been? No? Count yourselves lucky.
You certain we haven't lost our way?
Alas, here there is no way. We continue south, that's all.
South meaning the bottom?
Should you ever venture there, I offer you this advice. Do your utmost to make no noise. Poor soul. His comrades cried out, reached out, but alas, amidst frothing waters they heard bones cracking, the moan of metal bent and crushed.
What the... bloody hell, what was that?
Rather not know, personally.
Hold your positions! Arms at the ready!
It was a glusty war. One of many the Lyrians would encounter along their path. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. At last, Meve and her force stood upon the Yaruga's bank. To find and punish the traitor Caldwell, they would have to cross the river. Yet the sole bridge nearby was in Nilfgaard's hands.
Sweet.
Your
No
Majesty,
battle or anything.
Some new reports require your attention.
So what I'm thinking is possibly what could be the situation is that it's not actually one of them. It's someone that works for them. But I don't know if that would ever be the case. Oh my god, this is another huge fucking map. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, we're nowhere near finishing this game yet. Anyway, I'll do the scout stuff next time. We got loads of gold, holy shit. And all the reading and stuff, we'll start with that next time. So until then, thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day, and goodbye.